will not lose.
You can fly if you just decide. Never let nobody get the best of you. Try to tell you what you can and cannot do. Your momentum will set you out the two. If you really just believe, I tell you, you can fly. If you make up your mind, don't give up. 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 Now you have way too much to lose. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Right now. Oh my God.
Good evening, fam. Welcome. Hey, Josh, good to see you. Esther's in the room. Alex, Paul, PB, Peanut Butter and Jelly. What's up, my brother? How the heck are you, man? Good to see you. We're growing up in the world a little bit, PB. We got international following now. People coming in from all over the continent. It's been great. Look at Devon up in here. Yeah, so it's been great, man. School of Mentors has been good. Set up my own school. They helped me do that. But more important than anything, we've been helping people. Look, I'm here talking. I didn't even turn on TikTok. I don't even care about them anymore. I still love you, TikTok. This is home now. Here we go. Everybody's coming in. And welcome. Welcome everybody. Good to have you. So good to see you, Josh. I'm glad you're able to make it in. You one of my key peoples. You bring life and energy to the room, so we appreciate that. Unmute and let people talk a little bit. Let me unpin myself so I can see everybody right now. Let me see. I know how to pin myself. Unpin me. Can you unpin me?
I unpinned you.
You did? Okay, I'm still on the full screen. I don't know why, but anyway. Harry! What's going on, baby?
How's it going, guys? What's going on?
We keep letting Devon in, but he's not getting in.
Okay, what do you mean?
I love the sound effects.
Yeah, you gotta have those, man. It's just, to me, sometimes when I'm sitting in the rooms, they're just so boring, man. I'm like, yeah, I got it now. I got it. I said, can we break up the sound a little bit? What's up, ARC? Wait a minute, hold on. That's Ariel! Ariel!
Hello.
Good to see you.
Nice to see
Good
you.
to see you.
My girl Charlotte in the house. Got to give her a clap. Lindsay's in here. Esther's in here.
Charlotte.
We're starting to fill up a little bit. Welcome to the room. Good to have you here. Good to see you all. So we just got the doors open. So as people are coming in, we're gonna let you come in, tell us where you are, what brought you here, talk to us a little bit. Let's get the flow going. We keep it in Brady Bunch screen for now, and then when we start talking individually, I will pin you, because last time we did it, we were on YouTube, and it was just showing little squares and black space. So we said we gotta make sure we pin going forward. But you live and you learn. So you grabbing some food, Charlotte? Are you grabbing something for everybody or just for yourself? Welcome. Come on, somebody, just come on up in the room and talk to me a little bit. Tell me how you doing, how your day is, where you're calling from, where you is. Talk to us a little bit.
I guess I'll start us off.
Let's go.
For me, today is gonna be a short visit because I was on set all day. I woke up at 3:30 in the morning, so I'm literally falling asleep. I came to say hi to everyone, and I do like to give everyone my full attention, but I also have to open up when I'm not able to do so. But
I know you said you
Happy.
can't tell us what movie you're shooting right now, so we gotta wait for it. He's doing something undercover, so some secret agent work. So I can't wait to hear what it is.
All I can say is that it's a comedy. I'm not gonna say more
Okay,
because I'm under NDA.
okay. Well, we're gonna respect that. I see my
But
boy Ryan in here. What's going on, Ryan? Good to see
Yes,
you.
sir. What's up? Good to
So
be
now, wait a
here.
minute. Let's just go through real quick. Joshua, you calling from where?
from Brooklyn.
You're in Brooklyn. Harry, you're where? New Zealand, right?
I'm New Zealand, man. Outside of the world.
Outside of the world. Ah, yes. Where are you, Ryan?
I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio.
All right. Alex, where are you, Alex? PB, and come on in and say hi, man. I ain't seen you in a while. He's one of the people helped me get started a couple of years ago when we were first trying to do this whole go live internet thing, and he was giving me tips and tricks and showing me how to get started. Did I make you proud, brother PB?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Salutations to the stage.
Good to
Yeah.
see you, man.
So today I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. So
Okay.
you know me, I'm always moving around. So
Yes,
usually my
sir.
default is parts unknown, but I'm in Baltimore, Maryland today.
Good to have you. Ariel, my son from
How we
heaven.
doing, Pops?
I'm doing good, baby boy. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great. I'm grateful to actually make one of these meetings, man. It's been a long time coming. It's good to see everyone.
So tell them where you are.
I'm in Dallas, Texas. I'm down south here treating that nice hospitality.
There you go. There you go. Alex didn't come on. Charlotte, tell us where you is. Unless are you going to talk or you just going to put it? She just put Florida. There you go. Jaha, welcome in the room. Good having you here. Good having you. Okay, Devon, you finally made it.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to have you. Devon, you made it in twice. You logged in twice, but that's twice as nice. It's twice as nice. It's good to have you. I didn't give it. Okay, so you can unmute. Well, you can log out and log back in. We'll keep a space for you. We'll keep the seat warm for you. Don't worry about it. If your mic ain't connecting, that sometimes you have to do that. We'll hold a spot just for you. So we gonna get started then. We're gonna get started. So for those of you who don't know the format, first of all, this is You Ready, Let's Grow, Vision Builders. I'm your host, W.D. Brown. We talk about things to be encouraging. We try to keep it light. We try to keep it funky. We're gonna be respectful. We got comments. We want to go back and forth with each other. That we're welcome to do that. But again, it's gonna be respectful. If you're not respectful, you're gonna get the boot. You're gonna get some, and you're gonna be out. So just make sure we stay, kind to each other. If you're over talking, I'm gonna give you the land your plane signal. That's my way of letting you know you need to land. If you keep going, you're gonna get the bell. We're gonna let you know that you're gonna get knockout. So let's do it right. Let's do it strong. Let's learn something. Let's walk away with something that we can use. You'll pin me. I'm gonna go over my notes. My notes are usually short and get the conversation started, and then we're gonna rock from there. So do I need to pin myself again?
I just pinned you back.
So it's funny because whatever. I don't see myself full screen, but if you do, that's all that matters. Bam. Let's do that. There you go. Okay, so listen, family. Get out of here. There you go. So I wanted to talk about the self-worth thing because in the place now to meet a lot of what we would call successful people. And I'm saying it like that, not because they're not successful, but because I'm starting to get a whole different understanding of what success is. Being around it, God has been prospering me, prospering my businesses. Things are going forward. Getting ready to close on my first 7-figure house, which is a big deal. And I'm just looking at, well, I own a building in New York, but still that wasn't my home. That's a rental property. But my point is, looking at life now, and I start to realize stuff is not as important as you think it is. And I mean, you hear people say that all the time, but I mean, really, really, you can wake up and be just as miserable and have a bunch of stuff, sometimes more miserable. And so the picture I put up, if you saw the picture, it was looked like a kind of poor or, middle class or low or middle class family. They're all happy together. And then there's one guy, he's all alone with all his money. But there he is, but all by himself. And I started to really look at what's valuable. And I said, but who taught us that? Who told us that? Who gave us the image of what makes us worth something or what's not? We didn't come up with that. Somebody fed that to us. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody told us that the pursuit of happiness was this, that, or that. And, success was this, and you're winning when you're doing this, and you're losing when you're doing that. And we've grafted that into our belief systems. So now we go through life now stuck with something that somebody sold to us. Brian's in the room, Lindsay's in the room. Welcome, good to have you. And so I started really sitting about and thinking it out because I'm going, I don't like the fact that I have not decided myself what my greatness is. Somebody else has told me. And I've been living for so long that lie. Can anybody relate to what I'm talking about right here? If you can, put a 1 in the chat or something. And, you're trying to live up to this success that somebody painted for you. Somebody told me, somebody told you that this is what we need to be successful. Well, I'm getting older. As I'm getting older, I'm starting to realize the things that people have painted to be the big deal is not such a big deal. So my wife told me, stop sticking your hand in your mouth. I'm going to put my hand over my face when I'm talking. So it's too many outside voices that write the internal story about who I am and who we are. There's too many outside voices. We let them define what rejection is. Sometimes we let a failed business, a failed relationship, a failed job, what we call failed childhood wounds, financial setbacks. We let that define us. We literally sometimes can't see past mistakes that we've made, and we've allowed it to define us, and we won't come clear of it. And so I started thinking about, what I want us to talk about tonight is self-worth. Your beliefs, your values. Do you feel deserving, capable, worthy before people tell you that you are? So this is a very important question. I want you to listen to what I'm asking you. Can we feel important, worthy, successful? Can we be all that stuff before somebody tells us we are? Can I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror or not look in the mirror and say, I'm good before somebody else tells me I am? I'm a winner before somebody else tells me I am. And these are the things I want us to bounce around tonight. And I'm not going to sit here and give you the answers. I want us to talk about it. Because confidence can go up and down, depending on what you accomplish. Self-worth has to be rooted deeper than achievement. My self-worth can't be rooted in whether I win or succeed. It has to be something in me before I go out to succeed. If my worth depends on me being chosen or me being accepted and opportunities going my way, then I will never be honored within myself, no matter what I achieve on the outside. This is a very serious thing. So if your worth depends on money alone, then when your money is good, you feel like something, and when your money is low, you feel like nothing. So once again, something else is defining you. Can you look powerful on the outside and be totally depraved and broken on the inside. You guys know this is true. You see it in Hollywood, you see it all over the world. People have everything that you think you would want, but their whole life is messed up with drugs and everything else because they are not fulfilled. So I guess the conversation I want to have is, are you okay? Are you successful? Are you wealthy? Are you good before adulation, before somebody patting you on your back, before somebody telling you you all right? Do you constantly need the stroke of another human being to be good with yourself? And this is the conversation that I want us to have tonight. And in this room, that's one thing I like. We don't come in here trying to show off and try to act like we something we not. We're allowed to be real here. It's a safe space. We're allowed to be vulnerable. We're allowed to talk, you know, what you feel like talking. We don't want you putting all your business out to people because you don't know these people, but we still want you to be able to be honest. This is not a show off room. Oh, I've accomplished this and I got 5 cars. And so what? So what? Okay, none of that stuff is going with you when you leave here. And if you woke up tomorrow and the doctor told you you had cancer, none of those cars and none of that stuff will make you feel better. So I'm pinned my boy Josh. He's got his hand up. By the way, you want to jump in the conversation, put the hand up emoji, and we're going to bring you in the room and we're going to have a real conversation. Come on in, Josh. Talk to us a little bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a great topic, and something that I've kept saying to myself and kept saying to people I've mentored. We write our own story. We're the stars, we're the directors, we're the producers, we're the writers, we're the CEOs, whatever we want to call it. And yeah, that's why I also insist to myself that if I'm guiding others to be their true selves and live their full potential, I have to do the same. Today, I was on set and I see even where we feel so fulfilled, there's still gonna be people around us that come with different intentions. Some might be tired of because a set moves quick, and sometimes there's a lot of miscommunication because there are a lot of pieces moving at the same time, and there are a lot of people complaining, and like I can only I can only speak for myself. Like all I wanted to do is work more hours. Sure, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning today. It was a hard day of work in terms of starting so early. But if I could have kept working, I would have done it. I almost had the chance to go like to a second like a second part in this set.
Okay, so
Moving
wait a
to
minute. I'm cutting you off. So
yeah,
you're excited about your day, and I'm loving that. So, but I want to try to keep you on topic. So,
sure.
so what you're saying is, despite all the expectations, because you're in the entertainment industry,
Yeah,
so success and failure is big there. That's the topic of the game. Either you're winning or you're losing. You're a success
yeah.
or you're not. I mean that you how many movies you got and you're as big as your last movie. And you come out the entertainment industry. So how do you maintain that sense of being good and being successful and being okay in the industry? And you're a beginner, so I'm sure you now are on the set with people that are stars, right? How do you maintain that sense of confidence and self-worth and self-dignity when the industry you're in demands you to be this to be big?
Yeah, that's a great question.
I
And
tried.
something that I've learned is that we have to well, first of all, I observe a lot. So while other people are taking a break and taking a seat, and I'm still on set watching every single thing that happens, how the stars of the production move, how do they take breaks, like I'm not obviously gonna be stalking their conversations but I'm just seeing how everyone is moving, everyone is behaving, and seeing like where else can I contribute. Like sometimes even working as a background actor, they'll fish background actors from the place where they're resting, but sometimes being already on the set when nobody's told you you have to
So
go
are
back.
you answering my question? Because I'm still listening for the answer. Are you answering my question?
Yeah.
Okay, explain to me. I'm sorry. And if anybody else is getting it, please feel free to jump in and help me understand. Tell me how you explaining it, because I'm hearing it, but I'm kind of not sure I'm getting it.
Yeah,
Try
so
one more time. Give it to me one more time. Talk to me like I'm a child. Let's go. Do it again.
yeah. So for me, I'm observing every single thing that's going on. So I'm picking up different types of like different ways the stars of the production are moving, might be thinking, and I'm picking up what could maybe work for me. I'm trying to be hands on. I used to be a little more passive because I didn't really know what was going on and I was just trying to figure things out. But the more I've been doing this, the better I become in picking up maybe what works for me, not just acting, but also being present. How can I serve? How can I um because yeah, I'm not on the front lines just yet.
I think I got you. I think I got you. So basically, you say you deal with your self-worth and confidence by helping and being helpful and learning and not trying to look at everybody else and gauge yourself against them.
Exactly.
Hey, see, I got it. Get myself against that there. I have to hear it, but once it clicks for me, it clicks. I got you. I appreciate you sharing that, Joshua. Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Harry, you had your hand up. You took it down. Are you still in or you out?
Still here, man.
Okay, so let's pin Harry. Let's unpin Josh. Let's pin Harry, and let's get that going.
All right. Okay, let's get deep, guys. Self-worth, pretty full on. I think there's a few ways that we can attach worth. You know, what value do we bring? Acknowledging that. But also, I think something that I think WD is mentioning at a deeper level is how we perceive ourselves, not just the value that we provide the world, so our skill sets, for example, but how we see our inherent humanity as simple, basic value.
Yeah.
Something just presence alone having such significant reverberations for a family member who is ill or someone who's alone. Just being there is already good, valuable, significant, and worthy. Now, I might be really good at a particular thing, which means that for a particular person with a particular pain in a particular business, might see my value as significantly higher than someone who has no idea what they're doing. That's different. And that takes training and work. Another one doesn't quite need the same. What it needs is attention and being fully present. That's not easy either, man. It's a
Yeah.
different avenue. It's a different way. It's the opposite almost, right?
I feel you.
But yeah,
I'm not cutting you off. I just got to give you a clap for that because that was fine. And you like these. I just want you.
Oh my God!
You know, that's what you just said there is powerful because that spoke to my heart. It's like the value in you that you can be there for somebody hurt, sick, like your worth.
it's
Now,
already there, man.
no,
It's
that's
already there.
powerful.
It's inherent, you know? It's inherent. That
That's
doesn't
powerful.
require anything, man. That's family. That's brotherhood. That's being there for your mum, you know, calling her up when you know she hasn't heard from you for a while, you know? Like
It's a different kind of
that
value
means
right
so
there.
much. That's more than that's man. Just
Man,
like
nah, man, that's emotional. I got one of these. That, that was good, man. That was soul touching right there. I like that. I like that a lot. I like. Well, you done. I didn't want to cut you off, but that was good, man. That was really good.
we could dive into the etymology of the word, kind of like what worth means, but I'd leave it there.
Well, we'll swing back to that. We'll swing back to you. I would love you to break that down for me. I appreciate that. Come on in, Brian. Unpin Harry. Let's bring Brian up. Thank you, Brian, for coming in the room. Appreciate you. You gotta unmute yourself or get in the unmute.
Hey everybody, thank you for the space, WD, and thank you for this
Tell
amazing.
us where you're from.
I'm from Guatemala, small country in Central America. It's a pleasure to meet you all, guys.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Let's go.
So, well, I love this topic, to be pretty honest, and I think, as you mentioned, we have to come here very, transparent, because I am for sure far from, having that all things figured out. However, through my experience, I think that some of the things that I found helpful. So just let me tell you a little bit of my story. I am starting my own business, of developing software and all those things. But I'm starting from scratch, so I'm doing a lot of cold approach, and that includes a lot of no replies, a lot of, basically like a lot of no's, and I know how it feels when you are like constantly getting no's, 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 and when you get like some sort of hope, somebody says or somebody agrees to a meeting or somebody wants to know more about what you're offering, that like really gets you happy. And that's like what we are talking, right? When we are putting the way we are feeling based on external influences. And what I figured out is that of course I feel very happy when somebody wants to hire me. I really do. And of course you feel bad when nobody like replies to that. But what I find out that helps a lot on keeping you humble in the good moments and keeping you like in a good mood on the bad moments is to be thankful and have your identity correct, um, have values for yourself and be proud of what you are. For example, one of the things that I like to do is that I like to be very transparent. And sometimes when even like, I rather say I don't know how to do this to a client rather than, like promising something that I truly don't know how to do. So if that's like losing me a client, that's okay, but I feel like happy after it instead of running into risks. So I believe that having your values, your identity, and that is something that really helps a lot in the bad moments. And in the good moments is also to be like very humble, happy after it, of knowing that running into risks. So I believe that. Hello. Okay, no worries.
Yeah, you good.
That and that it's very important to understand that of course you can be like having a good moment right now, but is you just have to understand that after all, it may not be forever. So you just have to keep humble always. That's a better way to live.
I understand. I understand. And what I'm hearing and what I'm listening to and listening for is this. Well, first I want to say, Jermaine, hey. I want to give Jermaine a shout out. Sherry Glover's in the room. DJ Javi, all my people is in here. Oh my God! Welcome to the room. It's good to have you. So we're talking about what is defined for our self-worth and who we are, what is giving us an idea what our value is, how many people, what has been spoken, are we defining ourselves by fail or successful businesses. One of the things I wanted to really point out, and I wanted to close with this, but I still want to make this as a point. A lot of what we've been through and a lot of what we experienced, the failures, the successes, whatever we call them, one man's trash, another man's treasure, is this reality, right? Things happen to us. We've gone through things. They're part of our story, but doesn't have to be the definition of who I am. These are things that, I ask people all the time who they are, and they'll tell me, I'm an actor, I'm a lawyer, I'm a this. I'm like, no, that's what you do. Who are you? And usually the hardest question to answer is that simple question, because we have a belief of who we are based on what we feel we've accomplished or have not accomplished. And I'm really at this point in my life trying to get a clearer picture of me. What has God made me to be, not the things that I do. So for many years, I would say I'm a pastor. And it's like, no, you're not a pastor. That's what you do. That's your vocation. But I couldn't explain who I am. So, through the course of the conversation, if you felt so led to dive into that as well, that's an open door for you. So, all right. Amen and amen. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I see my brother Devon is up in the what do you call them, the Hollywood squares. Let's bring him up. This is great. How you liking this? I'm loving this.
Loving it.
Excellent. Come on in and talk to us, brother.
So I always didn't know my self-worth. I didn't know my self-worth. It took years for me to actually develop that. I call it needle and threading. Because for those that don't know me, my name is Devon Shepard. Hi. I also work in the entertainment industry. I do stagehand work, and I've been doing it for the past 15 years here in New York City, the big city of dreams. And it is a very tough industry because it always moves fast. No matter how experienced you are, there's always a newcomer. There's always someone that is either hungrier, faster. But the one thing that they don't have over me is the knowledge. Like, some people tend to work hard, which is great. I tend to work smart in ways that they would not catch on to. I recently struck a show called Othello in Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem, and the crew chief almost hurt somebody. So what I ended up doing was sweeping all of the screws from right underneath the sub, so anybody could have tripped or gotten hurt. The crew chief, the one in leadership, did not recognize these things. So I have ins and outs and a very high stagehand IQ.
Like that. I like that. No, high stagehand IQ. Loving that. Continue, my big brother.
And I did not know my self-worth until I really started applying myself. I hear some stories of stagehands who have struggled. I have struggled, I have failed. And what led me to my success was failing and struggling repeatedly to the point that I learned how to network with the people. I call it needle and threading. So whoever you work with to the left or the right of you, they can be stagehand today, crew chief tomorrow, designer here, designer there, production manager of the year, so on and so forth. So I'm literally built a repertoire of multiple departments that it's almost like I'm indispensable. Lighting, sound, video, carpentry. I know all of the people, even from the local houses, of who's heading which venue.
So let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
You're describing what you do, but you're describing it in a way where you're saying, if I'm understanding you right, I'm my self-worth and confidence is in the fact that I'm good at what I do because I'm confident about who I am. Is that what I'm hearing you saying?
Yes, and I believe in myself also.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And here's why I'm asking you the question I'm asking you, because it's very powerful. There are people that feel like they're good at what they do, so therefore they feel good about themselves. You're saying you're good at what you do because you feel good about yourself. That's what I believe I'm hearing. It's the opposite direction. I'm already good, and so because of that, what I do, I'm good at. If that's not what you're saying, it looks like you're going, hey, I think I could take that and use that, and you're welcome to do that, bro.
Yeah, I'll take that.
But that's what my ears were hearing. Like, my greatness is because I'm confident in myself. And I like that. I'll take that all day. And I appreciate that. I respect that. And that is what I heard, even though your mind may not have thought about it that way. That's what I heard. And so, full respect.
Thank you.
All right. Ms. Watson. Let her in. I love this. This is good. Yeah, now I see the full YouTube screen now. It's working right. Whatever you did it right.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Get her
What?
pen next to me, and away we go.
Thank you. And just it's great to be here. And thank you, Harry, because my mom called me when the Zoom started. And in my mind, I'm like, I'm busy. I got to join the Zoom. Then I'm like, it's my mom. So, right, it's just that balance. And when we talk, there's always a worth transfer there. It's always something good. So I appreciate that. And I'm also happy to be here. And I told my mom I'll call her at 9:45. So this is perfect. I really didn't want to miss a thing, but I'm really loving the journey of understanding worth. As you said right in the beginning, worth for me so much was dependent on if people liked me or approved me in the moment or not. And that's just been a year's journey, really, for me having to heal from that. I experienced a lot of trauma that I never dealt with growing up. And I got into my faith, counsel from you, and therapy. And it helped me understand that, like, I had some attachment styles that weren't healthy, and approval for me and needing it constantly all the time had more weight than I wanted to acknowledge. And I had to start by acknowledging that, and really unpack the whys and how to pivot. And I'm still on that journey. I'm still out that road. I find myself sometimes saying, did they like it? Did they, was it this? Was it that? Do I have money in the account? Is it enough? Should it be more? It's always those thoughts that I'm having to combat. And I'm finding, definitely since I turned 45 last year, to just freaking love the journey and embrace every step. 45 isn't old. I'm not, it's not too late. And I had to remind myself, and I've had to remind myself of that. And just getting started, I'd rather start on a stronger foundation than think I was going somewhere on a broken one. So I'm really learning to just lean into the journey of finding my worth. There are a lot of things I do, which I'm sure everyone here does more than one thing. But I think what I'm learning is when I show up and I'm supposed to be there, I provide value and help people connect, to be able to communicate their worth and value. And no matter how many times I say whatever, it always comes back to that. So I don't know. I don't have a finite definition. I'm just really learning to embrace and love the journey and give myself permission to be on a journey, to understanding my worth, my value in the Lord, and then how I show up in community.
I think that's awesome. It's awesome. That's powerful. Thank you, first of all, for showing the vulnerable side of it. saying, and I've seen, you said I'm not old because I'm 45. I hear women say, especially this put on them, you're just in your 30s, 40s, you ain't got a husband yet, you're a failure. It's so much stuff, and so women come out now, they try to be men in the industry because figure, well, hey, if I don't have that, then I can have it in business, and then I'll be the boss bee, and still unhappy, unfulfilled, trying to use something instead of someone, God, to find their sense of salvation and real worth. I'm not talking about the salvation when you pass away. I'm talking about the salvation that you've gained right here on this planet. Those of you know me know I'm Christian. I'm born again. Now I make no bones about it. But we find our worth in so many things, in so many situations. But our worth is, I am his seed. I'm made in the image and likeness of my Almighty God. And if I have any value, that is the value. I remember Jesus said, don't be excited that you are able to cast out spirits and all this stuff. Be excited your name is written in the Lamb's book of life. And so there's a sense of worth that the world continually competes to draw our attention away from and get us to focus on these things of man. I'm old enough to remember when there was no microwave. And so when the microwave came out, everything had to be cooked and had to be made fast. And so fast, Charlotte's putting the... Yeah, I remember when those didn't exist. It's a crazy thing. I say this to people, and it amazes them when I say this. I was alive when John F. Kennedy was president and Martin Luther King and him were assassinated. I was alive then and old enough to remember the people crying about it and the stuff that happened. So there's a lot of history. When sometimes you think about when you get old, but now I think about it now, I'm like, dude, do you realize how much experience and watching the world change, but then not change at all? So I use the microwave thing for a reason. We've lost the seed time and harvest understanding. The thing that it takes time. You put a seed in the ground and you wait for it to grow, and and it took a while, and you can't get that now because you got to wait. So you got to eat off of what you did last season while this season is growing. And we don't have that anymore. It's like, no, I'm supposed to have it now. And if I'm not, I'm a failure. And if I'm not winning. If I'm not, people are looking at me funny. So we don't understand the letting things sit and mature, invest, and become what it's supposed to be. So based on that would introduce a lot of shame, because people think if you say you start a business, you're supposed to come back within a year. So are you successful yet? It's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves. If you understand what I'm talking about, give me a 1 in the chat. Let me know that you're with me. If you're relating to what I'm saying right now, these is not just something that you're going through. It's something that's been sown into you over time. And being aware of that allows you to be free. Being aware that I'm living in somebody else's construct, somebody else's lie, somebody else's story, somebody else's definition of who I am and what I'm supposed to be. If you can start to look at that and say, well, then who do I really know that I am apart from what everybody tells me? Then the sad part even is about the church part, becoming a member of the family of Christ. Church people sometimes are the lowest self-esteem people standing up on that pulpit, and they're trying to preach you underneath them. So now you still got a problem. So that's what you do. You have to pull away. You got to get alone. You got to get before your Lord, and you got to have these real conversations that I'm having now in my late 60s, which means it's not too late for you. You're much greater than your accomplishments. You're much greater than your achievements. You're much greater than people's approval or people's applause. You're much greater than anything that anybody can ever say about you because you're made in the image and likeness of God. And every time I think I'm successful and I win, I look up and say, I really haven't done that much. If I put, depending on where I put myself to. So if I put myself in that place of comparing myself against my daddy who made me, then I'm like, well, then I always have another goal to accomplish. And I don't feel like a loser in the process. I feel like everything is another win toward the goal that I'm reaching for. How do you like that? I like it. Let me give myself a hand clap. Oh my God! So, who else wants to come up here? Oh, my baby boy Ariel. Gotta let him in. Open the door and let him in. Good to see you. It's so good to see you and see your face and get to hear your voice.
How you doing? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing good. Better now that you're in the room, baby boy.
For y'all who don't know me, and I know those who do, love you, fam. I miss you guys. My name is Ariel Rodriguez. I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm a grateful man to be alive and do the things that I'm doing today. The question about what is self-worth? Very important. I've been pondering. I've been hearing everything that everybody's been saying. I love what Harry said. I love what Brian said. I love what Devon said. I love what Lindsay said. And I noticed one thing. Everybody's answering differently and still saying the same thing. So let's just touch on that real quick because that's perspective, right? And I love how Dad talks about, self-worth being, us being in the image and likeness of God. When you think about that for a second, you realize who are you to even criticize yourself, right? You didn't create yourself, but yet you're your first judge, your worst critic. You're the one that allows other influences to grow in your environment. And one of the places that some of us don't like to be is by ourselves. But for me, it's actually the opposite. When I can silence the world and be by myself and understand that, you know, through healing, through forgiveness, through trying to figure out what's important. Like Dad says, you get material things, and then when you win a championship, when you win an award, when you win something, 5 minutes later, what you got? What do you have? That feeling, it's just an emotion. It's like you're chasing an emotion. There's no reason for that. You know, you have to be happy with the yeses and you have to be just as happy with the nos.
Come on.
In a situation, for example, in the way things are in my life right now, I won't go too far into it because I got a lot going on. And to put things in perspective, real simple, all I'm going to say is the no's have made me more successful than the yeses. So
Bars.
you want to take that more than just a grain of salt, because for a very long, I guess for the last 20, 25 years of my career, I've been put in positions where myself personally, I believed that somebody who's a senior over me in a specific position, job or career, should be in the position that I'm in, not me. Not the younger guy, not the guy that only has 5 years of experience, not the guy that has been in this company for 3 years over the guy that's been in the company for 15 or 20 years and should know everything. Right, Devon? That high IQ you're talking about? Yeah, I understand exactly what you're talking about. That perspective, the paying attention to what everybody else is doing, that's huge because you're paying attention to your environment, right? And if you're a plant, you want to pay attention to the soil that you're planted in, right? If you're an acid, then you're not going to grow as well as if you're in good ground, right? And if you see everything that's going around you, you won't be blind. Well, we're all guilty of chasing a goal and having tunnel vision when we're chasing that goal. So it's very easy to get blindsided and get thrown off track. Drive in peace, not erratically, not paying attention to a million things. If you do one thing very well, do that very well until it pushes you into the next chapter. Don't overwhelm yourself for anything.
Wait.
There you go. You picked it
Yeah.
up, huh?
Listen, I want you to repeat that. That's bars right there. The driving slow. Do that again.
Yeah. They told me when I should be recording this, you're probably gonna have to watch that over again for me to remember what I'm talking to you. Because you know how I go.
I'm gonna tell you what you said. You said in so many words, enjoy where you are on the way to where you're going. Don't get so caught up in where you're going that you miss all the opportunities. Or people say, smell the flowers. And what you said was, take it in as you go into it. And the reason why I pushed the pause button on that, because as a man pushing 70, I start to come to a realization. You know, there's a lot of things that I kicked over and ran over and pushed aside, trying to get somewhere, only to find out that all of those things on the way, were a great part of my experience and joy that I missed. We fight so hard to become something that we don't even realize what we have become.
Right.
You're somewhere and have become something right now. Now, you may not like it or even want to acknowledge it, but nonetheless, there's a bunch of people that did not even make it where you are. In these moments, this enjoy the trip on the way to where you're going. Stop and smell the coffee. And I'll make one example. And I'm sorry I jumped on top of you, son, but you rang the bell. One of the things that I did, my wife is getting better at every day. But she would work from the morning till sun comes up to the night till she goes to bed, and just work. And I would say to her, I literally have to say, come on, let's go out. No, I gotta cook dinner. No, we're gonna go out. It's like just to pull her away. You know, I take her roller skating. I get her doing things, and I'm the older person, but I'm like, I'm out. I'm doing the things that need to be done to make her say there's more to life than chasing accomplishments or getting things done and all of this kind of stuff. So she'll tell you, like, if I start feeling frustrated or feeling like the world's pushing in on me, that scripture, you know, except the Lord build the house, the laborer labors in vain. Except the Lord keeps the city, the watchman wakes in vain. It is foolish to rise up early and go to bed late and eat the bread of anxious toil. For God blesses those who he loves even while they sleep. So you know what I do? I go take a nap. Right in the middle of the day, right in the middle of the business deal, right in the middle of whatever. I'm setting my clock for 45 minutes. I just need to turn off just for a minute, so that my mind can get quiet enough so that I can hear the master speaking to me again. Because right now, I can tell that my own noise is blocking out his voice. So if you got more to say, son, please feel free to do so. But that line right there, that line. Let me get one of these.
I'm gonna cut it short and let somebody else get a chance to, but no, there's gonna be a lot more coming at some point. But I appreciate the time to talk. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, man. It's good having you. And by the way, he calls me dad. As a lot of people call me dad and pop and stuff. I've been in their life for a long time, and I've been that father figure to them. And so people will come in here and you will hear them say, oh, that's his kid? In the spirit, yes, that's my son. Absolutely. So yeah, you can hear my DNA on him. Okay, who else is coming up in here? Brother Omar in the room. Good having you, man. I'm always in his room, so I'm always happy when he comes in my room. It's a good thing. We got a full room tonight, and I'm loving it. Sister Dietra, I would love if you had anything to share to come up. This is my sister in God. She's also a spiritual daughter, but she's also my sister, and love her very much. And she's one of the people that I say when I need counsel, I go to. You know, Pastor Fontaine. These are people who I go to when I need to talk to somebody. I see you in here, Jermaine, hiding, but yeah, I'm glad to see you too. What's up, Sister Minister Deidre? Good to see you in the room. Fontaine in the house. I don't know if that's Big Fontaine or Little Fontaine, but either way, that's either my son or grandson. Welcome.
That's so awesome. Can you hear me?
Oh yeah, we hear you.
I've been having issues with Zoom audio. But everyone, I see some familiar faces and some new faces. And like Pastor, I still say Pastor. He's my big brother. He's my counselor. He's that guy. That's my accountability partner. And all things spiritual and personal, he is my growth agent. And I didn't get the initial question because I signed on a little late, but just listening to what you all were sharing, the one thing that struck me was that I think one of the issues that I am challenged by is that life has been, consistent and steady in terms of what I do and how I engage with the world. But what I haven't done well is to trip over myself because I'm trying to get to a dream. Like I'm not dreaming. So
Mm.
I'm not, setting the goals. I'm just living life and feeling really good about the accomplishments because I can see them. But in that steadiness and that comfort zone, it has literally prevented me from living outside of that box to even create opportunities for me to trip over my own feet. So I haven't experienced some of the same things that I was hearing tonight. I haven't been fighting, one thing to get to the next thing. I've just been doing the thing and enjoying it. But at this phase of my life, I want to do it a little bit different. I want to mix it up. I want to give myself the opportunity to trip over my own feet, to dream more, to dream bigger, to set, the goals that's bigger than what I've already accomplished, and perhaps a little bit differently in ways that I have been doing that. So I'm excited by this new journey, as I call it, this new road, this new path. At one point, to say something like that, I probably would have been terrified, but I'm not afraid.
Mm.
I'm really not afraid to grow. But that is because I am surrounded by people that I trust. One thing Pastor said to me years ago was, Dietrich, if you get on the wrong train, God is not shocked or surprised. He knows how to get you on the right track. And he's gotten me on the right track so many times. So many times. And I appreciate that. Another thing that you asked me to do years ago that I tell everyone that I counsel is to keep a journal. And you said, in this discovery of self, write down everything that people say about you, good, bad, or indifferent. Write it down every day. And I capture that for like over a year. And what it helped me to do was to see myself through the eyes of other people, even in those negative comments, learning how to be the shape shifter, so to speak, so that you could not alienate people, but tap in and help people when it was appropriate. It helped me to build, tough skin, for myself and to look in the mirror and just say like, oh my goodness, girl, get that straight. I call those my rotor-rooter moments when I'm literally looking in the mirror saying like, Harvey girl,
Yeah.
mm-mm-mm. That's stinky, like clean that up.
Right. Yeah.
But just that
Yeah.
exercise helps me and it helps people. They say, write it down. Like, what do you think you know about yourself? Write it down. What are people saying about you? Good, bad, or indifferent. Just track that for a while because it has helped me. And so going back to that thought process and that activity, I'm going to use that as my base for like, now I'm going to dream. I'm going to use it as my dream journal, so to speak. So yeah, so thank you for the opportunity to share.
Appreciate it. Now, let me make sure I clarify something because, she's mature, so she understands different than a young person would. I wouldn't tell everybody to write down everything everybody says because especially a person who could just get caught up in the negativity, they will talk about the negativity and they can't get past or see past it. She was mature enough that I could say to her, okay, so you know what people say good, you know what people say bad, you know what people say indifferent, write it down, decide for yourself what you believe is true and is not. And if any of it bears witness as truth, work on that. And if you see it as garbage, toss it, throw it out. But again, she's old enough to have the maturity. Some of you are not mature enough that I would say to you, write down the negative stuff, because then you'll be walking around all day talking about the negative stuff that somebody said about you, right? So that comes with life and experience. We have grown children and grandkids, and we understand how to filter in a way that somebody younger may not. So I just want to make sure that's not a good thing for everybody. But if you counsel them correctly, you counsel people where they are, and you give them the information that they need to get them through a season of their life or a plan to work with. So I would say to people at this point, write down what you think about yourself, good, bad, and indifferent, not what anybody else says. And then sit down and ask yourself, what do you have more to say? And I find this about people in counseling. I would ask them, even in marriage counseling, say something bad about your spouse or about yourself, and they can give me a whole list. Now I ask them to say something good about themselves, and they struggle. Well, now we know why you have the outcomes that you have. Because you can see what's missing more than you can see what you have. And you have, the scripture says you have everything that pertains to life and godliness. You don't see that. You see all the things that's wrong. But if you think about it, that's the world you live in. You turn on the news, it's not good, it's bad. They make the one good news story about a puppy that got saved, but the whole news is going to be negative. Why? Because the enemy knows that that's what we're drawn to, and that's what our flesh likes. And so we gravitate toward that even in ourselves, that which is not the most powerful or the most productive or profound. So I would say to people, begin to look at yourself, and if your list is more bad than good, then figure that out. Start using that list. And that's what she was talking about, to look at the negative and say, how do I change that? What she said, that how do I make that to a positive? Not for them, for you. Forget them, for you. If that negative that they said bears witness with you, how do you fix that? How do you make that better? One thing at a time. I'm going to open the floor up to whoever else is here. And wow, the time just got by so fast. Okay, no, we started at 9. I'm thinking we started the regular time, right? We started at 9. So it's only been a little over an hour. So, okay, we're good. Got nervous for a minute there. Who else? I don't see any hands up, but who else is in the room? And now, which Fontaine is this? Big Fontaine, Little Fontaine? He's not unmuting quick enough, so that's Big Fontaine. Little Fontaine will already have it unmuted.
No, it wasn't letting me unmute. It said the host wasn't
Little Fontaine.
What's popping, Grins?
How you doing?
I'm chilling, man. How are you? It's glad to be in here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, excited to have you. What's on your brains?
Oh man. Sorry about that. Let's see. A lot, man. The Lord is good. If you 2 years ago told me that this is the place that I would occupy today, I probably would have laughed you out of my face.
Yeah.
And so over, I would say the last several months, and you knew about it because, you're my grandfather. I talk to you about everything. But I just wanted to keep this one a little close to the vest while it was still in process, and I was progressing in it. And so I don't know if she's on the call tonight, Lindsay. I'm not sure if she's in here.
She was.
Okay. But by the Holy Spirit, she placed the opportunity in my lap that I know was just great for me, and it's evolved into and it's continuing to evolve into something that just truly makes me proud to hold. And so what I mean is I've been gifted the opportunity to just talk about my life and share my story with middle schools, high schools, and colleges. And it's through a nonprofit organization called Minding Your Mind. And the premise, the objective is to just destigmatize the need for mental health. Uh, what's the word? Positive mental health habits.
Let me ask you a question, grandson. Can you put your camera on, or you're not a good place to do so?
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah, because this is just a black screen with your name up here on YouTube.
What's popping? You can see me?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I've been gifted with this opportunity to give a 40-minute speech talking about just my life, my story, what I've experienced in terms of trauma, what I've overcome, and the areas that I've made triumphs in. And I say I've made, but obviously I'm not excluding the good help of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. So I'm just grateful, and I'm sharing that today because I finished writing the speech last week, and today I finished recording it and submitted it, and from here we'll just be pruning this final product. And so pretty soon I expect I'll be before these schools and pouring out into young kids and young adults and sharing a story that I didn't even know I really had. So that's.
I'm not setting you up. I just had to get that some fire on that. You're getting love all up in the room.
I appreciate that. So yeah, that's there's many things happening, but that's I literally just got finished recording that and then just hopped right on the call. So
I'm so proud of you, and you know I am, and we talk, and I know the journey that you walked through in those past couple of years, and you don't have to tell them the journey, but can you talk about the job you just got?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I recently accepted a position as an engineer to work with Pratt & Whitney on their military engine programs. And so for those of you,
So I say a little slower. Military engine program. Just make sure we say that right. But go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's big. That's like working for Boeing or any of these major, doing the engines.
Right.
I'm a proud grandpa. I just want to let you know. I every time I see him, you and Markel, like y'all got way more hair in your face than me. I still can't grow this, but hey.
Well, yeah, pretty soon I'm gonna have to keep it trimmed up and nice for the office. So maybe I'll sport the goatee like you. Who knows?
There you go. Yeah, the Ra's al Ghul. So yeah, no, I'm excited to hear, just the process. And I would say this about him without going to his story. A couple of years ago, he was trying to figure out who he was and where he was going, what he was going to do. His life looked like it was just kept throwing him a bag of rocks no matter what he did. And of course, he was helping in his way. But to see how far he's come, you went back to college, you got accepted, they allowed you in without certain finances, doors open, and just to see from you to go from there to like trying to figure out how you're gonna pay bills and just do what you need to do to now having this major position in a 2-year period. One, you're my offspring, so I expect that. Two, it just says it's available. So some of you may be on here right now and you're looking at your life going, what the heck is happening right now? And I'm telling you, it doesn't take a long time. It takes years and years. No, it doesn't. It just takes for you to prepare the way you're instructed to prepare so that when opportunity comes around, you're ready for it. Hard work didn't make me successful. Being ready when the right situation came by made me. Now, you may consider that process of training and learning, you may consider that hard work if you want to. I enjoyed the work that I was doing, so I didn't think it was hard. But when the opportunity came and I was able to answer the call, that's what made me successful. That's what makes me successful. And a lot of you are watching me right now at the beginning of the success journey. And when I came into the School of Mentors, 3 months ago now, not even 4 months ago, I was a new kid. And all of a sudden I got pulled in front of the room. Why? Because I came ready, but I came to learn the tech. I already knew how to talk. I already knew who I was. That's what this whole conversation is about. Tonight, I already knew who I was. I came in the room, I said, since I've been in this room, I've written 4 books, I got a live broadcast right now with a room full of people. I didn't have this 4 months ago. I did the work. I spoke to Kai. He set up the school, got in the room, started helping people every place I could, everywhere I could. Just not getting paid for it, just helping. And it opened the door to this opportunity right here. The stuff you're doing right now is towards your greatness. Don't sleep on it. Don't look at it as, I gotta do this. Your self-worth will bring to you where you should be and what you should be in your own heart and mind, not somebody else's. So I don't know if you were finished, grandson, but I'm just proud of you. I just want to say that.
Thank you. To the last point you made about self-worth, I would just say mine was so wrapped up in various external things, substances, women, experiences, that when through a series of circumstances, I lost all of that. I at the time believed I lost my identity, or I did lose that identity.
Right, not your identity, but that identity.
Right,
Correct.
right. And as a result, I gave up on life. I didn't care whether I lived or died, and my actions were kind of feeding that ideology until I reached the point where I had to be honest, and not just honest with myself, but also honest with my family. And it was, just over these last couple of years, reaching where I am today, which is by all means a wonderful place to be, but it's not the end. It's as you said the last time we spoke, it's just one port, and there's many more. It's just one peak on the mountain, and there are many more in this life to experience. So the point is that I had to figure out, not through striving or anything, but who I truly was. And that started with my identity in Christ and who He's called me to be, which started with just having an honest conversation and continuing that honest conversation over and over again. So I'm blessed to know that you're proud of me. I appreciate that. That means more than you can know it means. So thank you.
So for everybody that's just coming in the room, first of all, welcome. I see some of my people. I see Red just popped in here. How you doing? Miriam, I see you. Jermaine, I think I acknowledged you, but I acknowledge you again. Put your hand up if you got something you want to say. So we can unmute you and let you come up in here and share and encourage each other and one another. But again, like I said, this is what I love about this room. The way I have this room is you guys get to be honest. You get to be real. You get to come in here and you get to share exactly what you're dealing with and what you're walking through. And nobody's coming in here trying to impress each other about how successful you want people to believe. And that's why I picked this topic today, your self-worth, who defines it? Who defines your self-worth? And just who and what. And so we've been having some real honest conversation. And if you want to contribute or you want to have a question that you want to ask, please feel free. Put your hand up in the chat. I mean, in the little box there with that thing right there, reactions. And then you just put raise hand. Just do the raise hand and we'll call you up and ask a question or make a point. I see Ariel's got his hand up again, so let him in. And you guys, come on in the room. Don't just stop being a stranger.
I think I'm unmuted now. Just want to touch base a little bit on what Fontaine said, and he just proved my point about our situations. Right, we all go through trials and tribulations throughout our lives. Sometimes you might go through a bad period in your life for a year. Sometimes it might be decades. Right, and self-worth. Right, we're going back to the topic. I promise I'm going to tie the two for you right now. Um, we spend time and time again trying to figure out who we are and what is our self-worth and whatnot. And we quickly forget in the bad moments and the bad times who we are. Well, you can't prove to anybody how to get somewhere from A to B if you've never been through that journey yourself, right? There's a lot of people out there posing, trying to tell you, how to do things out here, but not really giving you any real world experience. I want to congratulate my brother Fontaine for, landing that job, but more impressively, the fact that he's going to get to share his experience with people who need to hear what he's going to say. And it's the same way. If you ever thought that for a moment that when you're in a bad place in your life or you're going through some situation that it's not going to help you help others, catch that for a second. Because everything you've ever been to is literally the reason why you are valid when it comes to you opening your mouth and telling people your testimony. And it's why people listen to you, is because of what you've been through and come out the other side, right? It's real easy to read a book and form a theory and go through a whole bunch of things, but trials and tribulations and your pain are a gift if you look at it the right way. You realize that it's been handed to you so that you can help other people get through the situations that they're in. It's how you stick together. It's how the human race progresses. It's how God keeps us as one people.
I don't totally agree with that.
Okay.
That one part about your trials and tribulations are handed to you. Every good and perfect gift comes. He said, every man is drawn of his own lust and entice, and his lust brings forth sin, and sin brings forth death. So I believe, though, that scripture says all things work together for the good. So the second part of it, I believe 100%. I don't believe your suffering is a gift. I believe your suffering is something that decisions that we make in our ignorance and our foolishness will bring us to that. But we can turn that or allow God to turn that into
That
something
turns
great.
that. Yep. Absolutely.
Right.
And that's what I meant
Believe
to
that.
say. So yeah,
But I
agreed.
want to be very careful not to have people thinking God is throwing catastrophe and trouble on you. Absolutely
Right.
not.
That's not God's authority. No.
Right. Every good and perfect gift. So I tell people all the time, but he works all things together for the good. And so that's the only correction I would make. Everything else, I'm with you 100%. But I don't like blaming my daddy for something that ain't his business.
That's fine. I appreciate you elaborating because it's true.
All right. Amen. Yes, I see Harry. Come on up in here. And then I see my brother Omar from Mumbai, India. My boy, what's up? What's going on, Harry? By the way, team, everybody in the chat, how you liking what we doing here? If you loving what we doing, throw some hearts up on the screen, put something up in the chat. Let us know how you feeling. I'm feeling real proud right now about what we doing. I'm happy about it. This is what I've always dreamed it should and could be. And man, you guys just don't know how ecstatic I am right now to be a part of what's happening here. I'm touched in my heart, the deepest part of my heart, to be a part of this. This has been a dream, and it's now become a reality, and I'm excited. Now, Harry, you had your hand up. Are you in the room? You up in here?
I'm here.
Let's go.
All right. So I think over the 20 odd minutes we've had in conversation, I've noticed that there are multiple angles to self-worth. And I think that when we're talking about identity, I agree with you. I think when we're talking about society, I wanted to bring in the second point that I mentioned, which was how we develop ourselves and lend value to the world. Just like Fontaine training in his engineering job. Congratulations on obtaining that role, brother. Good shout. Well done. I wanted to ask the question, how do we uh, inject more value into the world? How do we give more value to the world? How do we build that value? And for context, I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm building a business at the moment, which is called Service Bell AI, and it's built around a very simple commercial problem, which is businesses which are already spending money to generate leads, but a meaningful portion of those opportunities never become appointments or sales. So entrepreneurship is mainly around how do I serve pains? How do I develop, how do I cater toward a pain which a business might be having, which a group might be going through? How do I increase my self-worth to that individual? Now there may be conflicts here, but I think that yes, your presence is power. It's how you invest that energy into one thing or multiple angles whereby you're useful. I think that it sounds a bit cold, but I think the world doesn't care about you unless you have something to give it.
Fair enough.
Why not try and give the best? Initially think, what value can I give the world? And then recognize that there is hope in that frame, which is I can develop myself.
Okay, so I gotta.
First,
I'm sorry.
yeah. Go for it, man. But first, like, find the. I'm trying to outlay kind of a structure to value providing, which increases your value in society, not just with the people that you love, with the friends that you have. If someone's going through something, how can I be there for them? But how can I be on a meta field more valuable to the world at large?
Okay, so you said a couple of things there that I can hear you're sorting. So I was letting you sort, but a couple of things kind of hit me a little bit as a conflict. So I'm gonna kind of walk through it, and if I misunderstood something, you can straighten me out, okay? You said the first time you came on, you said is about how our value is how we can be there for others. And this time you said to make myself more valuable to my customer, or my self-worth to them.
Well, my point at the start were both of those. You know, we have self-worth to those that we value inherently, like family, but also we have our skill set, which
I
increases our worth.
got your point.
Yeah.
That's not where I'm stuck. Where I'm stuck is my self-worth to my customers and my self-worth to my family. You don't hear a contradiction in that statement?
Yeah, I do. I think it's context dependent though, you know? Like someone on
How
the
can
street who doesn't know
self-worth
you.
be to somebody else? The word self implies self. It doesn't imply somebody else. So when you say my self-worth to somebody else, then that means you're giving the onus of your self-worth to somebody else, which is what this whole freaking conversation is about. Somebody else should not be giving me my self-worth. That's a project that only me and God alone should be shaping, and nobody should have their stinking grubby hands in there anyway, especially not somebody that has as little value to your real life as a customer. That's a business transaction. That's not even an intimate relationship. So let's put this in perspective. Self-worth is a private thing. And the whole point of this conversation tonight was how many people have their hands in our self-worth that should not have their hands in it. That was the whole point of this conversation. So let's deal with this. Your self-worth should never be dependent on somebody else's opinion, point of view, or feeling. That's something that should be garnered between you, life experience, because your self-worth either grows or shrinks over time based on your self projection. That's a self thing. Now, when other people have their hands in myself, which that has been a big part of my life for a long time, I was never fulfilled and never complete because I couldn't be, because there was somebody else in myself. Pause. You know what I mean, right? So my point is, for people to get that, okay? So here's the thing. Then you went to how we serve the world. That's beautiful. But that, again, should be out of my own self-projection of me, who I am, what I am, how I'm made, and what I'm made to do. Now what I give to you is not shaped. Let me just put it to you like this. Everybody in this room can unmute their mic right now and say something negative about me, and I didn't give less than a beep about it, okay? And I'm gonna tell you why. Because my self-worth now, once upon a time, that would have broke my heart. Not today. You guys are here because my self is solid. You guys are here in this room listening to me because my self is solid. If I was in the room saying, "Gosh, so what do you think about me? Do you think I'm good? You wouldn't come in the room. You don't want. Nobody wants to be drawn to that. I want to come around somebody who has something, a solidness about themselves, so I can feel like I can gain and take and walk away with something solid for myself. So let what you give to your customers be built out of what you first built in yourself. I can't come to you and open my pocket and give you $1,000 if I don't have 5. I need to build up my net worth before I can help you with yours. Same thing, I have to build up my self-worth, and then I gotta deliver to you out of what I've taken the time to build in myself. And because I spent a lot of the first part of my life chasing everybody's approval and love, I never really built, and even though I was successful, quote unquote, what people would call, I was unhappy and I was miserable because I was waiting for somebody to finally tell me, "You arrived, good job." And when I didn't get that, I crumbled under myself. So nobody is involved in your self-worth. That's something that only you and your maker can work out. Then the part they talk about, and then going to the world and giving that to the world, you're absolutely right, because now you're spilling over with it. And I looked this up, and it's a real statement. You have to look selfish to other people as you become what you need to be, but you're not selfish, you're self-full. And once you're full, what's spilling over, you can give to someone else. So you have to be self-full before you can fill somebody else. So, where's my plane? I land my plane. Were you done, Harry? Did I cut you off, or did you have some more?
Yeah, man, I agree totally. I think that I want to say that we need to be able to look at ourselves objectively sometimes and go, "I'm not good at this thing," and that's okay.
Yeah.
And I wanted to build on my previous point, saying that your presence alone inherently is invaluable, and we should always see that.
Yes, sir. That I
And
agree.
again, we need to perceive ourselves objectively, witnessing what we're good at and what we're not good at, and be humble in that.
Absolutely, 100%. Absolutely. Yeah. And I didn't disagree with anything else you said. And even with your statement, I wasn't from the point of necessarily disagreeing with, but just saying, let me help you change that direction of thought, because everything you said is so powerful, but the anchor of it has to be inside of you. If that anchor's not there, and trust me, I understand because I didn't have it. I didn't come into it till I was after 60 years old. I didn't come into the reality of you're trying to feed everybody out of a broken you. Like you're trying to do so much. And I helped a lot of people, but I couldn't even enjoy it because I was broken. And so if they told me for a moment, well, thank you so much, I said, wow. And then they turn around later and say, well, now you're not helping me, you're a piece of crap. And then I go right back down into the gutter and, fighting to get that compliment again. And yeah, it's not a way to live. It's existing, it's not living. And I don't live for compliments, and I know I get a lot of them, especially in the community, and people always saying great things to me. Somebody said to me, I'm not trying to put them on the spot, and then I didn't, but they said to me, I glorify your words. And I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. That only goes to the Lord. I know what you mean, but stop. But somebody else, they would, now their whole day is made because somebody said that. I don't need that. I don't need compliments anymore. I'm good. I'm good. And because I'm good, I can give you in this room right now what I have because I'm good. Give myself a clap. Omar, come on up in here. I'm gonna need you to turn your camera on because if not on YouTube, it'll just be a black spot.
Sorry, I'm just kind of getting ready for work. Is it okay if I
Well, you got
for some time?
you got a picture up, so it should be okay. As long as
okay?
it's not just a black spot, we should be okay. I think the picture could kind of work. Let's go for it. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah, sorry, I was just not able to come at the moment. So, help. Well, what am I saying? Kind of fumbling my words. I just woke up like an hour back. So, hi, folks. I'm meeting a bunch of people here for the first time. There's quite a WD. You're introducing us to a new world. So nice to connect with a bunch of new faces. I'm Omar Bali. I'm a doctor from Mumbai, India. I like to introduce myself with this one sentence. With this, it's like that vision statement that is that I'm pursuing in my life. That is, in a conscious and present manner, while living our highest self, make complete cancer healing possible for all, and living healthy above 100 as the norm. So I wanna pursue that in my life, and that's why I like to put that out there as often as I can, as many opportunities I get to share that. So thank you for the claps. I love these effects, man, especially the landing plane. Okay, so yeah, this whole conversation is we don't talk enough about this word self-worth, right? Like I feel it's a very underspoken statement in general conversation, even though it literally affects everything in day-to-day life. I feel, at least in my conversations, it doesn't show up that often, frankly. And then again, I feel it's something that identity and self-worth go hand in hand. If they're probably just different ways of saying the same thing. I was just reflecting on it through these conversations, that like and when I say identity, where does that come from? That's something I've been reflecting on for the past entire year for my life. Like literally everything that I believe about myself is slowly forming as my identity. And my belief is coming from the language that I'm speaking within. That's why I've been like consciously even affirming things with conviction, with a sense of like intensity, just to let my subconscious sink into my subconscious level. And I feel that is definitely part of part of the puzzle of self-worth. What language do I speak to myself?
Hmm.
And then as the conversation was even,
Excuse me, Omar.
yeah.
Explain that right there. You said that what language. I know you're not talking about what dialect. When you said it's about what
Yeah, of
language I
course.
speak to myself, explain that a little more.
Yeah, when I say language, I meant what words, what thoughts do I speak to myself? Do we speak to ourselves? Uh, is that a kind which is the meaning that we give to situations, right? Like many great speakers, I think I believe Tony Robbins also talks in that way about what meaning, what interpretation we give to some situation. And WD, I know for a fact that this is something that you're always speaking into, that the words you speak, you are very careful that, and if somebody else is not operating from that frequency, you immediately you question that person in that moment. And I love you for that, because it takes courage to call out when a person is operating from a certain a place that is
A
not healthy for
dangerous
them,
frequency.
a dangerous frequency, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And one more thing I wanted to add just to this to the self-worth conversation, that in addition to the language, it's also the actions. Because if everything that I do throughout the day, or rather whatever I've built in my life, whether I'm 15 years old, whether I'm 40 years old, which I am right now, whatever may be the situation that I have created for myself, being the cause in the matter, that the world that is around me is, I have a role to play in that, is a reflection of my self-worth as well, because what identity I have created is what's out there. And
Yeah.
the friends I have, the net worth I may have, the kind of life that I'm living, the relationships, of course.
Absolutely.
And so every action I take is also influenced by my self-worth, day-to-day actions, whether I'm honoring my habits or not. So yeah, I'll just land my plane with that.
Okay, so listen, this is powerful, and thank you for sharing that. So, first of all, before I say anything, I want to welcome Rashawn in the room. What's going on? So, listen, what you said is very, very necessary. You talked about self-talk. You explained it in very detail, but what you said is, watch how you talk about yourself. Watch how you see yourself in conversation. I'm gonna share this again if you guys didn't hear it, but it's very important to me. So my team, the Vision Builders team, is 6 of us, I think. And we had a meeting a couple of years ago, they didn't remember, and I asked them what they believed they wanted to make in the next year or so, and what they felt their value was. They didn't remember it, but I brought it up like a week or so ago in our Saturday morning meeting, and I asked everybody to walk through what they believed their worths were and where they saw themselves in the next couple of years. And I heard some of the same hesitancy to say the number. I heard a little, but they began to give the numbers. Miss Ruth Shepard was one of the first ones to speak, and she said 250 million. I think her sister said 300 million. It went all the way up to, we got up to a couple of billion. And I said to them, guys, I asked you the same question not even 2 years ago, and the highest number in the room was $120,000. So I just want to make sure you understand that. You went from the highest number in the room being $120,000. I think Nelly struggled to say 80,000. And then she said $1 billion. And I said, just want you to understand what environment and conversation will do to you. I want you to understand what having the right mentor around you will do to you, the right leader. And yes, I give myself, yes. Because to hear them struggle, but go, 250 million, that said to me that words work. So what Omar is saying is absolutely 100% spot on. Watch what you say about yourself. Watch the way you speak, and watch the people you have around you speaking. Because if they're saying, oh, that's hard, that's tough, I don't know. Well, then you got to change your people and the conversations that you have with the people that you're having. This is what growth looks like. I'm more excited now because I'm getting ready to close on my first 7-figure home, and I'm going, and God is saying to me, you said you want to make 50 million this year. That ain't it. So, watch your words, watch your conversations, watch your view of yourself, your image of yourself. What kind of conversations are you having about yourself and your dreams? Don't say stuff in front of me to sound important and then get by yourself and talk crap to yourself about yourself. And don't keep yourself around a bunch of people who have low dream and low vision and low spiritual IQ, because they will not let you grow. They will make you feel uncomfortable. You know why my team felt comfortable saying 250 million around me, 500 million around me? You know why they felt comfortable? Because I talk like that. It made them comfortable talking like that. My team speaks well of themselves because I speak well of myself, and I speak life over them, and I speak numbers and digits over them that go beyond what they would have possibly thought about 2 years ago. So, Omar, watch your speech. Watch the way you talk about yourself. Pay attention to the way you talk about yourself. Listen to yourself. And that's why, going back to what Dietrich said earlier, write down the good, write down the bad, and then expunge, eliminate, get rid of the dirty. Why do you feel that way about yourself? And then now let's take that out of the dirty pile and put it in the clean pile. And it's important for somebody put this in the chat, self-inventory. Very important. People don't want to do self-inventory. They don't want to grow. You don't want to keep track of your money and how your money's being spent. You will go broke. You will go broke. I tell people this all the time. I say it humbly. I'm not rolling in millions of dollars yet. But I tell you this, I'm at a place that I never have to work again in my life if I handle my money right. And I haven't worked for anybody for 40 years. That's saying something. But because I went out there, and even though I didn't love myself, I knew that I was supposed to be greater than the life I came from. And I come from the hood. I come from poverty. I come from welfare. I've been evicted, I've been homeless, me, my wife at the time, and 3 kids. So I know how to climb from there. And I remember saying, I'm never going to be in this place again. And that was 35, 40 years ago, and I've never been there again. So I'm telling you, what I'm saying is possible. What I'm saying is doable. Ariel one day will probably come on here and tell you his story. When he first came to me with his dream, I was like, that ain't your dream. That ain't your dream. And now he's living that dream. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing that for? That ain't your dream. Same thing, Fontaine, his dad, came to me. I'm like, what are you doing? That's not your dream. You don't love that thing. That's a job. Get in your dream. And I'm telling that to people while I wasn't living mine. because a good leader, they'll still try to teach you what you need to do. I'll stop. Let me land the plane. So, I see Fasan's in the room. Welcome, Fasan. Good to see you. Always a pleasure having you. And how we doing time-wise? Let me know. I think we're doing okay. But we got to start to wrap up. We're going over. It's 10:30. So we're going to wrap up. And Rid, I saw you had your hand up and you took it down. So if you wanted to talk, the room we're still available for you. Fasan, and turn on your camera if you can, because if you don't, on YouTube, it's just going to see a black box. Even though Omar had his picture up, it was just a black box with his name on it. Nothing came up, but we worked with you, brother, because we understand. Fasan, what's up, baby?
Yeah,
Where are you from?
great to see you, WD. Yeah, I'm from Kanpur, India, Uttar Pradesh, a state in India. So was unable to speak because I was muted. So sorry for that. So now the question that I was curious to ask you was, you said you didn't work for 40 years. So how did you start? If you are 67 at 27, what did WD had to do or say to himself or believe in himself to actually say that I am not going to do any job for anybody, but I'm going to push through this, or I know I'm greater than this. So how or what did you do at 27 that made you go on this journey that you can share with us today?
Wait a minute. No, it wasn't 27. I was older than that. I was in my 30s. So am I getting my numbers wrong? So it's been 30 years. No, it was I was pushing 40. I was pushing 40. I was in my middle 30s, so it was 30, probably 37. Okay, so, but even then, I was working as a consultant. I wouldn't take the 9 to 5. So kind of, yeah. I always knew that I didn't like people telling me when I could be there, when I had to go home, when I had to have a vacation, and let me just tell you this. Think about my age, think about my parents. Lazy, you don't want to work, you're trying to be a bum. It's like nobody back then, they didn't understand the brain I had. So it wasn't greeted with, that's right, baby, you go for your dream. Yes. No, it was like you gotta work. And I mean, I would hear things from from the older generation, and nobody will pay you more than you do. You never get paid for more than you do till you do more than you get paid for. And there's a truth to that, except he never got paid for more than he did. He always did. He literally passed away doing more than he got paid for. But let me tell you what the wake up for me was, Pasan. You asked the question. Here's what happened. The same man who threw me out at 18 because I was lazy and I didn't want to, he tried to get me to get a job at his company even, didn't want to do it. I had dreams, and my dreams were dumb. I wanted to be a musician, I wanted to, whatever it was. I just did not want to do this. So he put me out. And he put me out because he figured once I hit the street and felt the cold, I would go running back and do what he said. Go get this job. And I did not. I refused to. I said I'd rather sleep on a sidewalk than to be treated the way I saw he was treated on his job. It was years went by. And I went by to see him. And he told me, I didn't know this day it was going to be the last time I was going to see him. And I said, this is my dad, this is the man who raised me. He said, I need to talk to you. He didn't tell me that he was leaving this planet, but he told me he was proud of me. And I remember, because he told me I was a bum for so long, and I remember not understanding what he was proud of, because at this point I hadn't accomplished anything. And so it didn't relate to me what he was saying. And he said to me, I worked my whole life and I got nothing to show for it. You doing what you need to do now, so when you're my age, you won't have to go through what I'm going through. And I said, what do you mean? Now at this time, he was the super of the building, but he had a job for like 40 years, 30 something years, where he was literally the mechanic and inventor of all their, it was a textile company, and he was creating all of their products. And now he's putting out garbage cans. And I said, well, I thought you said the company went out of business. And he said, no. He said, what you said was gonna happen, happened. I got too old and they fired me. They threw me out. They took everything I created and they threw me out. And here I am. And let me tell you right now, he was my age when he passed away. And here I am now putting out garbage cans. He said, you do what you gotta do now, so when you get my age, you don't have to do what I'm doing. And that stuck with me, because he said that to me on a Sunday. And I never forget, the following Sunday would be Easter Sunday, and I had just started going back to church. And that Good Friday, they called me and told me, he said, I'm gone, and laid out. And while everybody else was crying, I couldn't take out of my mind the last conversation we had. Do what you're doing now. He told me he was proud of me. I hadn't accomplished anything at that point. But he was proud of me that I was willing to go for it when he wasn't. And that never left me. And so that was the motivation that made me say, I will never be working for somebody and then they just decide I'm too old and throw me away, and then I gotta go be the super of a building in order to pay my rent at 60 something years old. It's crazy. So there was a fire in me, and some of you have probably never heard this story before, but there was a fire in me to never find myself in a place where somebody can take what I've worked my whole life for from me and throw me to the side. And everybody that I meet and everybody I talk to and everybody that's been close to me, you'll know I teach you the same exact thing. You can work for somebody all your life if you want and talk about benefits, blah, 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 blah. But I don't ever want to be in a place, and I don't ever want to see you in a place that somebody else can decide what your life can and cannot be. And that was a long answer, it was a heartfelt answer. And if that blessed you, you know, put a 2 in the chat. I will never have to come to anybody ever and ask them to give me a shot. I will make my own. Even at my age, I'm still going. I'm still achieving. I'm still winning. I'm never going to stop. I tell people all the time, I'm never going to stop. If you find me laying over and life is gone from me, if I'm holding my phone or my iPhone in my hand, I got my finger on it, turn on the screen and see what I was pointing to. I'm probably trying to show you something. I'm telling you right now, it's never going to stop. And so when people say to me, well, you look so young for your age, if I show you pictures from me 20 years ago, if I show you pictures from me, not even 20 years ago, if I show you pictures from me 7 years ago, before I left that situation I was in, everybody said, you look 20 years younger. Why? Because I took my life back. I took it back. I got just very little bit of gray, not that much. I took all my gray, thank God, went here. It didn't go up there, so I'm grateful. So, but that's because life is in me. Life is in me. And so, yeah. She said, that's what you want when you become 67. Well, you know what? That's what the drive you're going to have. You started right now, and you'll be there. You'll be so, if you listen to what I'm saying, you'll be so successful way before you get to this age. And like I said, I don't have tens of millions yet, but I've handled my money well enough that, like I said, unless I do something totally ridiculous, I will be good for the rest of my life. And I don't have no college, I don't have no masters, no doctorates, I don't have any of that. I have an associate's degree. And I just did that to prove to the school that I could pass classes. And I went in there just to see what I could do with what I learned in the world, and came out of there with a 3.75 average without even trying. And I was like, I'm good. I already proved. I proved what I wanted to prove. I don't need to do that. I'm not speaking against school. Knock yourself out. I tell people I'll be a doctor one day, but it definitely will be honorary. It ain't, it's not gonna be because I did no bunch of classes. Again, I ain't got nothing about that for people who love to do it. I'm not that dude. But I will wear my honorary, like, you know what I mean? I'll wear it with pride. My God. I'm not doing that. Harry's back in the room. Is there anybody, before I let you in, Harry, I love talking to you. Is there anybody else that hasn't spoke that wants to speak? Now, Ridge, you had your hand up. I was sad you put it down because you one of them people, you got a lot to say. No? All right, well then I'm just going. Charlotte, are you coming up and speaking?
Rid has her hand up again, but she said something about, I guess she couldn't put her camera on.
Okay.
She has her hand up right now.
Is this right? I mean, if this is fine, because this is like the background.
Yeah.
Will this still show up?
But in YouTube, it's going to just show as a black screen in your name. But go for it. Listen. I'll give you the shot. I'll show you mercy.
Thank you so much. All right. So, actually, today I'm not here to say something about the self-worth, even though it's my favorite topic and I do guide others on this a lot. Today I'm here to be a bit vulnerable. So if we have to time only, then I'll go ahead because it's like 2 minutes. That's why I'm asking.
Go for it.
Okay, great. All right. I started at 11, started having dreams, already thought different from others, and started watching all these entrepreneurs online. At 15, I got the vision. At 17, right after my high school, I started my business. I just pivoted last year at 19, and right now I'm 20. The biggest thing that I'm facing right now is that in this year, actually, I got a lot of health issues, which has like really kind of made me gain a bit of weight. And, I have the offer, I have everything in my business, I have gotten the results to people, but I am unable to post the videos on social media because I feel that everything is so well curated. And especially as you are a girl, or a woman or lady, you are meant to look perfect in just everything on social media. You gotta have the intelligence, you gotta have the authority, you gotta look perfect, you gotta look this, you gotta be like, I mean, I have everything checked off except my health right now. I have the voice, I have everything. But because of this one thing, because everything is so perfectly curated, it just impacts my self-worth and stops me from scaling.
That's crazy. Red, that is so crazy. You are one of the most smart, mature, bright, shiny people that I've ever met. And for you to say all these great things, but this one thing, if I was in front of you, I would grab you and shake you till you stop breathing. Like, what the heck are you talking about? Like, how are you gonna take the scale and all the good has the most weight, but you're going to take the thing with the least weight and give it all the power. I freaking don't get it. When I started this, when I left my ex, I was 310 pounds. And I just started on the road to where I was going, fat and all. I just went with it. And in the process of pursuing my destiny, my health got better, my self-esteem got better. I started taking better care of myself, of course, hand claps to my queen Nelly, showing me how to eat right and take care of my diet. Give her all the props for that. But I was ready. Nothing was impossible for me. You're sitting here saying, I got everything I need, but, what I say to people? Your butt is in the way. Move your butt, because that butt is that one thing. It's crazy. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. You gave us all these pluses, and I know you just through online. And you, to me, whenever I see you in the room, I'm like, oh yeah, this is a party now. And you're telling me at 20 years old, you got to put your life on hold because of some weight. I don't get it. I had weight. I had high blood pressure to the point that the doctor said, I don't even know how you're walking around right now. I think it was like 190 something over, was 190? No, it was 201 over 105, something crazy. It was crazy. He said, I'm ready to have you committed. How are you walking around? I don't know. Because I had a reason to live. And because I had a reason to live and I had things to do, I just kept moving. So they put me on meds. I don't take a lot. And I started eating right and doing what I need to do. But I'm telling you, here's what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you, if you don't mind, Rid, from a scripture perspective. Is that okay?
Yes, totally.
There's a scripture that says, I think it's in Habakkuk, is a man who will not sow by the reason of the cold and the weather. And in the time of harvest, he will weep for the lack of precious grain thereof. He who considers the seasons will not sow. He who contemplates the weather will not reap. You can't sit there looking at things that seem to be against you and use those as a reason to not be what you're supposed to be. There's people out there who are successful with no legs and no arms and no sight, and you have no excuse. So let this be the last time you talk this bull crap and get back to work, okay?
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling me out, because mostly, as you said, if people around you are talking low, you start thinking low about yourself and they're going to stop you no matter how bright you are. So I needed someone to really just tell this to me from outside, because of all the things around me, I started to put that, turn that thing within me that I need to be perfect in order to scale. Thank you so much, WD.
You're so welcome, my dear, and I appreciate you, and thank you for being here. You're I've kind of, in my heart, kind of adopted you. You're a special breed.
Thank you so much.
Harry, you back again? Let him in. Harry don't get enough. He's just gonna come in. I appreciate you too. And some of y'all, feel free to come up here. Jermaine, I would love to hear from you if you didn't mind talking. I would love to have you in the room. He's another one of my adopted sons. My adopted sons sometimes treat me better than my real one. But hey, it's all good. Let Harry. Go, Harry.
Hello.
There you go.
Yeah, nice one. compartmentalization. I want to just quickly talk about that.
Okay.
Uh,
And let me ask you, what does that have to do with anything?
it's more of a
I just want to
functional
know where
thing.
you're going before you go there.
Yeah, it's more of a functional thing, I think, more than anything. I just want to ask some advice around that.
Okay, go
Probably
for it.
isn't quite tied to the topic, but it's something I'm struggling with at the moment that may be affecting my self-worth, maybe self-esteem, perhaps. But it's more of just a functional kind of question. How do you run? Is it you run two businesses as well as doing, being a father and living your life?
I run
How
5 businesses.
five? What
FYI.
do you do? Yeah, what do you do to compartmentalize each one?
That's a smart question. That's a smart question. Let me just respond here to Miriam. She's saying some beautiful things here. Miriam said, WD, please never stop being you. Thank you, sister. I have a lot to tell, but tonight I feel like just listening. I get that. I got rich tonight. All right, all right. I love it. When you listen, you learn, and eventually turn. God bless you. Jonas said, what do you recommend to someone struggling with self-worth or who wants to build up their self-worth? I'm going to come back to that. I'm going to answer that as soon as I answer Harry. This is good. This is why I like the communication. That's why I like to teach a little and then just open the floor. So, my little brother, and Harry, I love you, man. You are such a good-hearted dude. I love all you guys, man. You guys are good. And God has blessed me with some good people. We got some good people in my room, and I appreciate you. I never looked at it as quite as compartmentalizing, Harry. Now that you're asking the question, you're making me think. Here's the simplest thing I can tell you I do. I handle what's in front of me at the moment. And then when I finish, I move it off the table and I move the next thing on. People say, you good at you must be really good at multitasking. I don't multitask. I do one thing at a time. But if I got to do 10% of this thing, and that's all I can do right now, and I'm gonna pick on my wife. Here's where my wife and I are different. She will get on the computer and she will stay right there in one spot all day and not move and not get anything else done until she feels she's finished that thing, which I think is asinine to me. It makes no sense. I'm like, do how much of it you can. Oh, I don't have any more pieces to that puzzle. Okay, so push it over there and bring the other puzzle. Now I'll start working on that. Oh, no more moves I can make right now? Okay, push that over there, bring the other thing over. And what I do is I put things in priority order. What needs to be done immediately? What's 100% necessary? What's important but not necessary? What can wait? What's important that needs to be done? If it comes to the table, everything gets moved and I work on that until it's done. When that's done, I move it off the table and I go to the things that are important. So important thing is necessary things, it's important things, and then it's things that I can do them or not do them, right? And so I will move things in the order that they come to me. I don't freak out, and I hope this is answering your question. I got so much, and I do have moments where I'm like, oh my God, it's so much, especially when it was this house, doing this house. Because I don't have a W-2 or a 1099 paycheck, I gotta get 2 years from this company and 2 years from this bank statement from this company and proof of documentation of this and a fingernail from here and a drop of blood from my right and on. And when you think you finished and it's all done, and then they say, oh, so now we need the past 5 years of you breathing. Can you get us a doctor's record of showing us that you're still on? And on and on and on and it goes. And I could feel myself going like, and I have to go, you know what? Stop, breathe, do that, get it out the way, do the next thing, get it out the way. Just don't look at all the things that you have to do. Look at one thing at a time. So I give you one more example. When Nellie first got her first apartment, she had all these boxes of so many things, bags, shoes, books. It was just a mess, and she stuffed them all in this one back room in the house and just left it. It was just a mess. And she would close the door. And when I would come to our house, I don't know, me being me, I would go look in that room. And I'm like, when are you gonna clean out this room? I'm gonna get to it. So, and I'm sure she was wishing I would just leave the room alone. So one day I came over and I opened the door and I said, let's take care of this room. And I went in the room, I got a chair and I sat down, and she came in the room and she started with the first box, and there was so many different things, and she just started, I could see her starting to panic. And I said, stop, be still. Shoes. Nothing but shoes. Let's do shoes. So she started pulling the shoes together, and then she saw some bags. Oh, and these bags and these books. I was like, Shoes. Nothing but shoes. Don't touch anything else. Don't even look at anything else. Shoes. So we literally, they were spread all over. So we had to go to this box, this box, this box. Okay, what shoes are we keeping? What shoes are we throwing out? What shoes are going to Goodwill? Shoes. Then the shoes were all taken care of. Okay? Books. Literally within a couple of hours, she was like, that wasn't bad at all. You get crazy when you're trying to do a whole bunch. Focus on what's in front of you and what's important. One thing at a time, knock it out the way. I don't really freak out about stuff like that because I'm very structured. So compartmentalizing for me is I deal with what's in front of me that needs to be dealt with and nothing else until that's dealt with, and then I go to the next thing. Did I answer your question, sir?
You did indeed. Thank you.
Yeah. Jermaine! Let Jermaine in. Hopefully you could turn your camera on. We'd appreciate it. And before you speak, Jermaine, I'm gonna answer this question. What do you recommend, Jonas, what do you recommend to someone who's struggling with self-worth and who wants to build up their self-worth? Dietrich said it earlier, and I'll say it. Make a list of what's good about you. Make a list of what you feel is wrong about you, and then ask yourself why. Why is that a problem? Why are you allowed that to be such a big problem? I would also recommend, just from what I'm getting in my spirit, I don't know if you have somebody that can counsel you, but sometimes we just can't do it alone. We need counsel. We need some, and that's why I do this. And I'm not charging you guys, but this is the opportunity to walk people through some of the stuff I've been through. And yeah, I will be very successful doing this, and there will be money. But right now, this is my seed. This is the seed I'm sowing toward my greatness. So I do it, but private one-on-ones I do charge people for. But in the room, I'm here. But it's really just deciding that I'm not going to be here anymore. And if you're a woman of prayer, praying for God and speaking life over yourself. Stop saying I don't have a self-esteem. I had to stop saying, even though I felt like I was lying to myself, I had to start speaking over myself every day. And I still do every day speak words of affirmation over myself. And I speak every day. I have wisdom, insight, understanding, knowledge of God with peace, prosperity, patience, and faith in abundance. And everybody here knows me, knows that that's my thing. I have wisdom, insight, put it in the chat. Wisdom, insight, understanding, knowledge of God with peace, prosperity, patience, and faith in abundance. I say that stuff over me every single morning. Then I say, have no unforgiveness, no resentment, no bitterness, no animosity toward anybody. I say that over myself. Then I say, Rid, this will help you. Then I say every morning, I am fit, healthy, healed, whole, strong. I am fit, I am healthy, I am healed, I am whole, I am strong. I'm fit. And then after I do that, then I just have a straight conversation with God and ask him what is it that he wants me to say. And he'll say to me what he wants me to focus on. And wait a minute. Okay. Okay, there you go. Somebody was shoot me a text message. I speak, then I stop and I just have a conversation, a real regular conversation, talk about things that are on my heart. I don't pray problems. I've learned to pray solutions. I don't come to God to load him down with the top 40, top 10 list of garbage that's on my mind. I come to him to talk to him about what my destiny is and what he's called me to. That helps me a lot. So I'm gonna take Jermaine, and then I'm gonna get ready to wrap this up. We went really, really over time, but it's been a pleasure helping and being here with you guys. Jermaine, what's going on, baby? And I
Hey,
hope I answered your
everyone,
question.
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
What's
Hey,
up, handsome? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Like I said, glad and happy to see everyone. It was so much gems and wisdom that was being shared tonight. Is incredible. Some of my, I guess, my key takeaways, of course, from like, but everything is just a blessing, was just being mindful of what you say and being able to use what you say to continue to sow those seeds of character, which is what gives you self-worth. So like what Ariel said, just constantly sowing and kind of pouring into those seeds and watering those seeds with your words that God put on your spirit to, to bless yourself. And then by doing that and by growing, you get that outpour. So kind of like what Harry was saying, kind of what you said, Dad, you get to not be selfish, but you get to be self-full, so that way you can pour.
Yes, sir.
So, and you've told us this before in terms of our vision and our character being like a tablet, like a precious tablet that God has given to you for you to secure and to keep close to you, but you kind of hand it out to everyone to try to validate your self-worth. But if you continue to hold that and keep it close and share that with God, God can continue to grow that self-worth. So, like I said, it was a lot of stuff. Like, I'm full. I'm definitely full. Everybody, I'm full from what everybody said, but definitely wanted to just show my face because you called me out. And just to let everybody know that I love them, and I encourage them to just keep building their character, keep sowing those seeds of, watering those seeds of character that God has put in your spirit to grow.
I love it. I love it. So, I said didn't really laugh when Kwame put his hand up, so I'm gonna let Q come up in the room real quick. Thank you so much, Jermaine. Appreciate you for jumping up. Let Q, he's under the name Zoom User. And it looked like you guys are really getting something tonight, and that's exciting me. You're still in the room, and that says a lot. We started at 9, so it's 10, 11. This is it's long, but I'm good with it. This is fine with me. Omar, me and you get in the room and do this regularly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, baby boy. What's up?
Peace and blessings, King. Bless up. I'd like to say blessings to kings and all the queens on the chat, on the live, on the Zoom. Self-worth, I put it together. Self-worth is self-growth. And not just self-growth by yourself, but as a community of people that I say God put before you or in your life to help pour in on you and help you grow, to help you see the best of who you are, even if you don't see it yourself. Something to say to the queen who was talking about she has so much to do but don't want to be on because she feels that she's not appropriately of beauty to what society and the world say. I say to you, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and God said you're beautiful. They have a lot of people out there, from celebrities down to Liz or whoever, that somebody would look and say, oh, she's fat and look, ugh, but she on there and she's doing stuff. It's about what you're delivering and what you're bringing, you know? So you have to see yourself beautiful first and understand that. And from there, within yourself, if you're beautiful within, comes out, and other people will start seeing that and not just what the outside look. Feel me? Why I say self-worth is also self-growth, because my self-worth from 5-10 years ago is different from now. Also because, like I said, of people that I've met in my life that help me to see truly who I am and who God calls me to be. So therefore, I don't go out there trying to say my self-worth is because of what somebody else is say, or my beauty is what somebody else is say. I always go first with what God says. But then after with that, I have to now sit with that self and understand and believe that within myself too. So I have to constantly speak that into existence every day, every hour. You feel me? All the time. Especially when you say you have so many noises around you, inside your own mind, your own head, talking to you sometimes with your doubts and whatnot. I deal with so many people from around the world in what I do, from rocket scientists to engineers to this, that, and the third, from Russia, India, all over the place. I deal with all these people from six figures and down and up. And most of the time when I'm talking to them on certain things, they like looking at me like I'm my pop, like how I look at my pop. Because of my pop and what he put into me, I can speak it out. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
He's referring to me, for those of you who don't know, when he says his pop.
there you go.
Again, I got a lot of adopted children, but yeah. So
Facts on
just so you
facts.
know.
So like Jesus said, I only say what I hear the Father say and do what I see what the Father do. You feel me? And people as many times come to say, oh, I should be a church person, sermon, holding this, that, and the third. And I'm telling them, these is one-on-one type stuff. I'm telling you, it's not even that deep. But there's a lot of people out there that literally don't have that in their life, regardless of their finance or what they do in stature in life, but they self-worth of themselves is so little, you know? So the self-worth thing is so beautiful, man. Continue to grow within yourself and with God. Seek ye first. You feel me? And the kingdom and everything else gonna come and follow you. Easier said than done. I get it, because I still on a journey going through situations and stuff, even though I'm here talking to you about self-worth and how my self-worth is and what it is, but yet there's still a lot that I have to fully go through, and I'm walking through it. I'm walking through it. One example I use to cut it short, because I know we got to go, is from Abraham. God said that's his man's right of faith. But yet he always calling his wife his sister when he was afraid, going forward and doing stuff. But for him, he kept walking forward though. I tell my fighters that, my clients that, stop being deer caught in the headlight. Fear comes and you freeze up. When all you had to do was move left or right and your life is saved. but fear gonna make you freeze up. Fear is not of God, you know. So continue to walk it out, taking it step by step, and you're gonna get there. You don't have to be sprinting or running. Just take the step forward. You're gonna get there. I'm good, Pop, because I could keep going on and on, but it's short. I got time to cut and whatnot.
No, that was enough, and that was good. We appreciate you. And listen, guys.
I want to say something to Red Babe, really quick.
Of course, Queen. I was gonna call you up anyway. Looking like
Oh, okay.
Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek with your fine self. Go ahead.
Let me pin myself. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to speak to Red because she was talking about, yes, the pressure, quote unquote, of being a woman and having to feeling like you have to look this way and look that way. And one thing I will say that I had to learn is just to be authentically you, no matter what, because you have something that someone else needs. And I want to use my husband's, another one of his adopted sons named Corey. And he's in a wheelchair. And his drive, his mindset, the things he does, he doesn't make excuses for himself. And there's many people out there like that. They don't have hands, feet, whatever, and they're just doing it. But the way how you are, when you just unveil and come out like that, you're going to inspire someone else. Someone else is going to see you and say, wow, look at her. She's doing it. I can too. So, yeah, it's not about trying to fit in what the world says we should look like or whatever, but just your story needs to be told. Someone will be inspired by your story, no matter how you look. I've seen people do content, they're laying in their bed sleeping. Just the other day, a lady had a wig on and she came on camera without her wig and her hair was a complete mess and it was short and bald in some places. And she said, I did this because, and she has about almost 1 million followers, like 900 and something thousand followers. And she said, I did this because some of you are saying I can't make content because I'm this, I'm that, I don't look a certain way, whatever. She said, people are looking for people who they can relate to. They're looking for you to be real. They're not looking for the made up you. We have enough of that out there. They're looking for community. And that's why we're here now, the heart to heart. That's what people are really looking for. And so if you can give that to them, I don't care how you look, people will forget about that because what you're saying is effective and it's healing to somebody else who thinks whatever they think about themselves. So I just wanted to say that to you, to all the women, but also men who may be thinking that. But I know for us women, we can go and take it to the far left with our weight, how we look, our hair, our skin. We think we're fat, we're too skinny, all these things we make up, and it's really not, that's not the focus. So I just wanted to put that out there and just say to be encouraged, get out there, show your face, do your content, do what you have to do, and watch and see what God will do for you. You'll be surprised because I had to do it. And I did it in my a weakest time. I wasn't even feeling well the first time I put the camera on, but I was tired of the excuses. And I said, today I'm going to record and I'm going to do it. And I did it. And, and I'm doing it now every day. So that's all I wanted to say. I won't keep talking because I know we're trying to wrap it up. But thank you, babe, for letting me get that in.
Of course, Queen. I'm going to let you in here. Here we go. And it's beautiful. She wrote to W.D. Brown, and Zoom user, meaning you, Kwame, and Nellie Brown, and everyone, because your questions also helped me receive insane insights. I really cried for 5 minutes after WD's guidance. Thank you. I'm glad that blessed your heart. I thank God for giving me this platform to be this. I want to tell you this. It's we've been on here for almost 2.5 hours, and there's still like 20 people in the room. That's big. you know, especially since this is just our third actual live. And, you know, people from all around the world, you're here. I looked at the room at one point, we were up to 40 something people. God is awesome. And I'm humbled by this. This is what happens when you walk in your calling. Omar said, I also feel that self-worth also reflects the worth we see in the people we meet and in the world around us. Yes, sir. Because we draw them to us. So I feel it's really worth it to be mindful of how we see the world around us. You're absolutely right, Brother Omar. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, and one more here. I see Ariel said, when you feel judged before, I guess AR, negative words come out of your mouth, stop yourself, come to the realization that no one knows what you're thinking until you open your mouth. That's so real. Not even the devil. The devil don't know what you're saying until you open your mouth. So I tell people, the devil will put a thought in your head, but he don't know you believe it until you open your mouth. That's bars right there. The devil will put a negative thought in your head, but he don't know you bought it until you open your mouth. So sometimes it's just better just to keep your mouth shut and not say anything. If you can't, that old saying, you don't have to say anything nice, don't say nothing at all. Sometimes it's better just to not say anything. You know, the enemy don't know he got you until you speak. He can't read your mind, especially about yourself. So speak positive about yourself at all times because you are valuable and that doesn't require a number to be truth. Let me tell you this, you're spot on. Let me tell you this. The Bible says, submit yourself to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. And I love to bring that scripture up. Submit yourself to God, resist the devil, and he will flee. I want you to understand it doesn't say he will leave. It says he will flee. And fleeing is something that somebody does in terror. You don't flee gently. You flee. So that means he's a coward. If you resist him, they didn't even say fight him, just resist him, and he runs off. Because he don't want it. He don't really want it. He don't want it. But he tries to bully you. He tries to stand behind the curtain and pretend he's the great and powerful Oz. But really, in reality, you got more strength in your breath than he has in his whole being. And all you have to do is stand your ground and decide that you will not be denied. And he don't want no beef. He don't want it. He don't want it. So he keep trying to tell you you're not worth it. And I always say this saying, this is not one of mine, but I love it. Thoughts may come, thoughts may persist in staying, but thoughts not put into word or action die unborn. I'll say it one more time. Thoughts may come, thoughts may persist in staying, but thoughts not put into word or action die unborn. Speak life over yourself to yourself. There's some links going up here for my vision builders. Please follow my YouTube page. But at visionbuilders.com, spelled BUILDAZ. The links they're throwing them up there, the link tree, the website, they're just putting everything there. Also, get the book. I'm not trying to sell a book because I need to sell a book, but you need this book. You ready? Let's grow. Mindset before millions. It's not about money as much as it is about having a state of your mind where it needs to be to bring wealth to you. And this is why we're having the conversations that we're having right now, because and there's a workbook that goes with this too. So get the book, get the workbook. The book is like only $15, something like that. Workbook, I think, is like $9. I kept everything cheap because I wanted people to be able to afford it. You need to get it. You need to get it, and you need to feed yourself with it. Does anybody in the chat already have the book? Who has the book? Put a one in there. Let me see. See, people got it. Has it been good for you? Put a 2 in the chat. Has it been helpful? See, it's there. Leon said he was reading the book and he can hear my voice talking to him while he was reading the book. Mikey has the ebook. Yeah, either way, read it more than once if you have to. It's a short read, it's only 60 pages, but it's so much food in there, so much food. And eventually we're going to walk through it, through the chapters and, pick a couple of chapters and just kind of start picking it apart. Help you be a better person. That's what this is all about. This is what I'm all about. I love you guys. I love being able to help you. I appreciate you being in our room. And I say our room, not my room. This is our room. This is our community. Definitely put the link in there. If you're not following me in the school app, get on there so you can see whenever we're live, whenever I'm posting things. We're going to take over the world, and it ain't going to be long. So definitely get on right now. Get on the boat right now, because it's a boat about to turn into a jet, and we're about to take off through the sky. And I know you guys believe it just like I believe it. And so nothing is impossible. Everything is here for us. The world was made for us. We're not slaves to it. It's slave to us. If we believe the God in us, we can do anything. You ready? Let's grow. Good night, fam.
Don't give up now. Don't give up. No, don't give up now. Don't give up now. Don't give up right now. Hold on.
You will not lose.
You can fly if you just decide. Never let nobody get the best of you. Try to tell you what you can and cannot do. Your momentum will set you out the two. If you really just believe, I tell you, you can fly. If you make up your mind, don't give up. 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 Now you have way too much to lose. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up right now.